Hey, it's the middle of the week. It's midday, and that means one thing only. It's Wow Ergonomics with me, Graham, and Stephen Howe. And in a minute, we're going to have a special guest. How are you doing?
Pretty good, Graham. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to the game today.
Yes, I've you've got me a corker apparently to guess, haven't you?
Oh, it's something to do. It's an ergonomic phenomenon,
Mm.
and whether you will guess it or not, I really don't know.
You were impressed with the hard Capisco and the evoluent guess from the last couple of weeks, but so you've ramped it up a notch here, haven't you, to make it really tough?
I thought I've got to make it much more difficult. For anyone that's not seen the game before, each week on Wow Ergonomics now, we play a little game. One of us, mainly Stephen, is blindfolded, and he always brings his trusty Sutton Coldfield a scarf for the occasion. And then he has to guess, with the help of a special guest, answering the questions on the product, what the Ergo thing is. All right, so it's simple like that. It's a bit like an old 70s game show, really.
Yeah.
So and let's see who we've got today who's going to help us with the game. We've got Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, you right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm immediately drawn to the three things that are on the wall behind you. And he's going to be like, what three things on the wall behind?
Yeah.
Can you actually see them?
Yeah. What did they say?
I'm going to zoom in. So we can start on this end. Start on this end.
The pain we feel today will be the strength we feel tomorrow. Very good.
This is my motivation to get through physical activities more than anything.
Yeah.
Then we got a little.
Life is short, and we should make the most of every moment by bringing out the best in ourselves and everyone around us in every situation. What a great thing to say.
That's the way we try and do things, and then this is the listening bit at the end there.
Listen with the intent to understand, not the intent to reply.
Love that one.
Yeah, I do. When I trained to be a journalist, one of the first things my journalism tutor taught me was that most journalists, in fact, most people in life, don't listen.
Yeah,
they just talk, and certainly. As I've done sales training over the years, and Stephen, I don't know, you must have done some sales training courses.
The odd bit.
Yeah,
the odd bit.
But sometimes when you do sales training courses, especially a lot of salespeople, they've got all of that, all of this, haven't they? But they don't listen. Then they wonder why they can't sell anything. I'm really not interested in that. Yeah, but you really are. What you really need to know about this product is no, I'm really not interested in that. So yeah, do you ever talk to salespeople, Ben, about listening?
Yeah, not. I've never done it so pointedly, I don't think, but just generally in life. Certainly when I've in work situations, I tend to find that so many people have got an agenda, and it's like, come in, leave your agenda at the door and be prepared to listen to what other people have got to say. And then apply that filter rather than applying your filter all the time. And put that into a sales context and understand the problem that needs to be addressed rather than the product or the service that you're trying to sell. And you're on to a winner.
Yeah. Well, you hope so. Unless your product or your offering is rubbish, in which case then you're not.
Yeah.
In which case you probably look for a better job. That's the truth of it. It's quite funny that we talk about that, especially as we're sitting on a social media platform, because ultimately, I think a lot of people struggle with the dynamic between should they be giving or just talking about themselves and talking about the things that really resonate with people, or should they be selling, or should they actually be trying to use this time to win business? It's a difficult balance, isn't it?
It really is. It is because fundamentally, I think you're there to sell. A lot of the time, but you only sell if you create connections and create meaningful connections and relationships. So in order to do that, you don't start by selling, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, that's why we do this.
Exactly.
absolutely why we do this, so that we can find out which people don't really like us, in which case they can go somewhere else. Fortunately, over the duration, quite a lot of people have liked it, so that's good. So Ben, just so we know, what's your second name, Ben? Because
Birchall. Sorry, I haven't put it up on the screen, have I?
No, rookie mistake.
He was waiting to see how today went. You see, if people if it didn't go badly, then they'd have no way of tracking him down.
Yeah, I get that. Just so people know, what is it that you actually do, Ben?
So I do a few things. We've got so I run a family business, which is we've got a play cafe in Lichfield in Staffordshire, which is basically designed for people with kids under 5, so that they can have a nice hot drink or hot meal and enjoyable things. Whereas usually in that situation, we've found as parents that we tend to go to places that are cold and the coffee's terrible and the food's awful. So we created that just over 5 years ago, and that's been a great success. And that's one of the things we do. I also run a consultancy business. So my background's in HR and particularly around employee engagement. So how do you get the most out of your workforce? So I've got a consultancy business that supports really the principal leaders of businesses, the main man or lady running an organisation who wants to be more people-centred, helping them with approaches and strategies to do that. And then I've also got a community interest company, so we do stuff in Lichfield again to increase sort of social interaction, reduce isolation. So we kind of see there are a lot of barriers to coming together as a community, whether that be in people's head or physically. So at Nurture Community CIC, we run events that are accessible for all, and we work with community groups and businesses to create opportunities that we kind of feel like what we call dead spaces in time or in actual physical spaces. So last year we had an old retail unit that we managed to get free of charge from the shopping centre, and we just filled it with local activities and events that people come and run for us, and we raise their profile in doing so and bring the community together. So yeah, there are a few of the things that we're up to at the moment.
Brilliant. Vulture Group. So wonderful. There you go.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's lovely, isn't it? Thank you very much. The one thing that you missed out there in your grand scheme of things that you do, which I'm still looking for, so if there's ever the opportunity to do this, Ben, I think it's be appreciated, is a play cafe where I can go and play and leave the children to have a drink.
Yes. That I think we'd need to upsize a bit, to be honest. Not being rude, but
No.
yeah, I think we might need to go big. But I love the concept. So there are some places out there who do after hours parties. So you might need to get a babysitter for the kids and then head out to those.
Yeah, I just found it a great afternoon of fun, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
Going down the sort of presumably ball pit slides.
Yeah.
The nets.
I have seen Stephen fly down a couple of those slides in my time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pretty sight, to be honest.
No, not at all. No,
right.
It's go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, the one thing that we were going to touch on, which Ben didn't mention because he's too modest, is what he did a week last Sunday. So we're going to ask him a little bit about that as well, aren't we, Graham, as to what Ben did about 10 days ago?
We will do. But let's keep people in suspense.
Absolutely.
Right. Not suspenders, suspense.
Yeah.
And we'll play the game first. So,
okay.
Ben, have you seen this game before?
I've not seen the game. I'm excited for the game.
Yeah. Because the less you know about it, the less it hurts. Right? Stephen is now going to acquire himself the Sutton Coldfield scarf. They put that around his eye so he can't see anything. Although after the last few guesses, the last few weeks, I'm wondering whether or not there aren't actually peepholes in there.
He says apparently because I got two really, really difficult products really easily, so that's why he's concerned that I can see. But I genuinely cannot see through this scarf.
I've got to say, it is a strong look, though, Steve.
Do you like it?
Very good. At this point now, Ben, you and I go down the pub and we just leave Steve here.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, I can still hear you.
So what happens next is we're now going to bring up on the screen something to do with ergonomics, and Stephen can ask questions about this thing that we're going to bring up on the screen. and you can say yes or no. He might then ask you to give him, a little bit of detail if he's struggling. Okay. What we don't want to do is tell him exactly what the thing is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So good. We're all ready. You ready, Stephen? You can hear it? Okay. Here we go.
First question then. Is it made from plastic?
No.
Okay. What's the fun? Is it made from metal?
No.
Okay.
I might need to ask a question of clarity in a minute, Graham.
As to what it is, yeah. Is it made from wood?
Is it the thing or the other thing, Graham?
It's the one in the middle of the screen.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not plastic, it's not wood, it's not metal.
No.
Oh, goodness. Would I use it with my hands?
No.
Okay. Would I use it? Would I put it on my head?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Would I carry it?
No. Not
Would
generally.
I sit on it?
Could.
Yeah. Would I sit on it?
You could carry it and you could sit on it, but not generally.
Okay. Oh
Can I
gosh,
just-
Graham, this is a toughie. Go on.
It is a toughie. Can I just say that this really is one of the, when you think of ergonomics, you think about what's on the screen at the moment.
When you think, is it a person?
Oh
Yes.
Okay. Is it somebody that we both know, Graham?
Very well.
Is it me or you?
No.
Oh gosh. Is it a he or a she?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it a he?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Right. Ben.
Yeah.
Why don't you give Stephen a little description of what you can see on the screen now?
Okay, so it is a gentleman.
Yeah.
As far as I can see, in a checked shirt, wearing glasses, short grey, silver, almost silver.
Is it the godfather of ergonomics, Graham?
Could be.
Is it Guy Osmond?
You may take off your scarf.
Wow.
Was at the point where you said, "Can I put this on my head?"
Actually, hang on. I've just got Guy ringing me now.
That is brilliant.
Well, I wasn't sure to start with if it was just the glasses, so I was a little bit,
So we, at this stage, what we normally do is we now just explain the object. But obviously, in this case, it's Mr. Guy Osmond.
It is.
What can we say about Guy Osmond?
That hasn't been said.
That hasn't been said.
Very little. I describe him as would you say one of the founding fathers of ergonomics in this country, Graham? So Guy runs Osmond Ergonomics down in the Bournemouth area, but he's a bit of a ledge, would you say?
He's a legend. He's definitely a legend in terms of the ergonomic community. I think he's one of the first that really established an ergonomic dealership that really understood about ergonomics and really developed that kind of proper customer service aspect of it. So yeah, there you go. The legend that is Guy Osmond.
Wow.
And he's prolific in terms of his writing and his verbalization of ergonomics.
Yeah.
So thanks, Guy. Thanks for turning up on the show. So listen, we need to find out about Ben and what Ben did. Was it 10 days ago?
Yeah.
So what did you do then, Ben? What did you do?
10 days ago, I ran as a guide runner in the London Marathon, which is something I'd never ever imagined doing. One, running the London Marathon, and two, running as a guide runner. So it was it was amazing.
And
brilliant.
the time was pretty impressive as well, Ben, wasn't it?
Well, we got round, is what I would say. Tom, who I was running with, so I was running with the lad who's got learning disabilities, and he ran the virtual and the marathon the year before. And I think he did about 8 hours and was stopping quite frequently. So we managed to get that down to 6 hours this year, which was great. And more than anything, Tom just had an amazing time. You know, the joy that he had just getting round. He doesn't stop talking, the lad. So we all the way around. You know, there was no musical interludes or anything like that. It was just chat all the way around. And but the atmosphere was fabulous. I know probably the numbers were a bit more spread out this year for the crowds because it was all staggered and staged, but having not done it before, in fact I'd done the virtual the year before literally on my own around the back streets of Staffordshire, so actually having people on the side of the road all the way around cheering you on, shouting out your name was quite amazing. So yeah, there were times where it was tough, but we got there together, and we celebrated well afterwards.
Oh, no, that's brilliant. So at the end of it, you had sore feet and a sore throat.
Exactly, both of those. What was lovely though, at about mile 23, I think there was free beer being handed over the rails of the side road. So I took one, and Tom looked at me sort of aghast as, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm just having a beer, you know, and it's free." And he was like, "Well, where's mine?" And I thought, "Well, I'm your guide. I'm not supposed to lead you astray." He's like, "Give me some beer." So we had a pint. Well, we had a few sips of beer on the way around as well.
Yeah, well, that's why he was looking at you like that. Where's mine?
It's exactly what he was thinking. He was kind of bad mouthing the beer drinking. There was about a mile earlier. He was like, "Oh no, don't drink beer." And I thought, I'm just going for it. And then he wanted a bit. So yeah, all good.
Ben, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
It's been great to be involved. And
Odessa said, "Ben, you are awesome."
Oh, ben, amazing.
Yeah, do connect with Ben if you're on LinkedIn. You know, find him. We'll put your LinkedIn details into the comments of this as it's going out afterwards. All right. And
I noticed, Graham, how you put there, "Ben, you were awesome," but the one where someone called you rotten, you've decided not to highlight that comment about yourself.
What? There wasn't a comment like that at all. I don't know what you're on about.
Good judge of character, clearly.
Absolutely. Ben, thanks for joining us this morning. Thanks.
Thanks for having me on, guys, and have a great rest of the day.
Cheers, Ben.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, there you go. That was good, wasn't it? That was
good.
We better get our banner back up. There we go. Hold on. Let's do the branding properly.
When I said to you, Graham, I'd got a guest who I was drinking down the pub with on Friday, you were slightly questioning, weren't you? But I told you he'd be a good guest.
Oh, he's fantastic fella. Yeah, no, it's always good to have someone on like that. Absolutely. What a great chat. Really good chat. I'm so sorry about this.
Is Guy going to join us though? Is he going to?
I don't know. I'll tell you what though. When you watch that back later, you will be chuckling yourself.
We need to tag him in the comment section, don't we? So he picks it up.
You know, right from the start. Is it plastic? Is it metal? Oh dear. Yeah. Can I lift it?
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I've never tried lifting, Guy.
No.
I'm not going to either.
I've just remembered I've got a call. I've got a Teams call with him on Monday next week. I'll see if before that time whether he picks up on this broadcast or whether he's totally oblivious.
Yeah, probably. But there you go. No, that'd be great. Maybe we'll get him on another week. Maybe he can help, and maybe we'll bring another face on, and he can help guess.
So almost guess the face from the world of ergonomics.
Yeah.
This game's sort of evolving, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it evolve as we go on. Now we've got some things to talk about this week. I'd already put in the sort of preamble to this. There's a load happened in the last week or so. There's the whole bit about HGV drivers still. Have you taken up your HGV driving lessons yet?
Not yet, but I tell you what, you could probably almost name your salary in that game at the moment, couldn't you? So I think with a lot of people, I mean, they were saying a lot of it's not just down to Brexit, but also a lot of people retiring, and things like the antisocial hours don't appeal to the younger generation. But I tell you something, if I just retired and you saw some of the money that's been, offered, you'd be unretiring quite quickly, wouldn't you? Get some money in for the next 3 months before Christmas. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. I think somebody wrote a really good post on it the other day saying, would you what would you do to roll up your sleeves and help your country if it came to it? Not necessarily HGV driving, but what would you do? I mean, if we went back to hard times again, like wartime, what would you be prepared to do? That, isn't it?
God, it's a good.
Really
you could have warned me on that question. You warned me on all the things that are quite easy to answer, and the one that's more difficult, you just throw in. It's like, God, what would you pay? I don't know. I mean, what do you need to do? What's on the list? Give me something to choose from.
I don't know. I think people are needed to pick plastic out of the sea still.
Yeah. I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah.
Would I have to go in the sea though? Because at this time of year it's a bit cold. Can I just sort of walk up the beach and just one of those pickers and just put plastic bottles into black carrier bags, that sort of thing?
That's the thing. I mean, my friend Odessa, she does wild water swimming. Right. So she goes.
Does she?
Yeah. She any time of year she'll just go in the sea and swim.
Mad. Is she one of those people you see on where you see on Christmas morning? They're sort of, it's like minus 15 or something, and they're just swimming on Christmas Day. Wow.
Yeah. I'll bring that up though this year because just got back from Centre Parks because it was my 50th. All right.
Did you say 50th or 60th? Did you say? I didn't catch that. 50th. Okay. Yeah.
Cheeky bugger. Yeah, it was my 50th birthday, and so we went to Centre Parks for the weekend. And we had a lodge that had a sauna built onto it. I've never had one of those before. Yeah. So every evening, get rid of the kids for a little bit. They're busy playing inside, and we did the old sauna.
Nice.
But outside the sauna, cold shower. Now I've never done that before. But I thought, just risk it for a biscuit. Yeah, I was doing the sauna, get up to a real good heat, and then cold shower. Trouble was, I found it quite addictive, and I don't know how long you're meant to spend in the sauna, but the first night that I did it, I was in there for 45 minutes.
Oh, really? What in the hot tub or the shower?
The sauna.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And afterwards I felt a bit dizzy. But I mean, I think it's probably too long. Someone might know. And then talking about that as well here we go, steady on chaps. Also,
I thought that said chips. I thought steady on chips.
Steady on. Also at Centre Parks, there's at Longleat, they've got an outdoor pool which is heated, but right on the side of that there's a plunge pool.
Yes,
have you
done that one? Yeah, at the one at we've been to, it's either at the one at Nottingham or at the one at Winfell in the Lake District. It's got one of those as well. Yeah.
But the thing is, so I do that because it's like, it's quite fun. But the thing is, you do it and I sort of like, I dive in, well, not diving, but jump in, fully immersed, whatever, out, and I'm like, and then jump into the hot again. And then occasionally you swim past it and there's a group of like 3 people in it and they're just like,
yeah.
Wow. How on earth are you doing that? There's no way. I'm like in, straight out. Yeah, I've done it, But for me, no. I just don't get that. So no, sorry, don't get the cold thing really. I can get that it's invigorating. Lots of health attributes. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Isabel.
From the cold plunging pool, I presume that means.
Presumably from doing the heat thing and then the cold thing, I think. Yeah, it's meant to detoxing you or stuff like that, isn't it? Which is good, which is needed also when you go for a weekend away at something like that, because typically you put quite a lot of toxin in your body at the same time.
Alcohol.
Well, that, yeah. Let's clarify. It's normally alcohol.
Yes.
So a bit of getting the toxins back out the other end is probably, that's good. Oh, so it's nice to see some new people here today.
We have got some new people joining us today, haven't we, from the comments? So
South Africa. Hi, South Africa. There you go. We're reaching the parts of the globe other ergonomic shows can't reach. So
was that Heineken that used to be the tagline for?
Yeah, absolutely. What other stories? What other stories did you see this week that you think that we should cover?
I mean, the thing they're talking about is just shortages for Christmas. There's an article about containers, huge backlog at Felixstowe. How they're going to get round all that. It's just it's sort of building up, isn't it? Really, you got energy prices going through the roof. You've got problems with containers and all these sort of things. It almost feels as if as we've come out of lockdown, all these problems have sort of just come along, haven't they? Vacancies, Graham, highest for 20 years. They said there's over 1 million vacancies as well in the country. So there's just so many things going on at the moment, aren't there? With like you say, there's loads to touch on. Economy growing, performing well in August. So the one that I thought was quite interesting came out yesterday. Did you see that they've cancelled the fireworks in London for a second year?
Yep.
Putting it down to some sort of unsurprisingly sort of badging it up as a sort of a COVID sort of issue. But then, so you can go and sit in the pantomime indoors at Christmas, because we've got tickets for the panto in Birmingham. So you can go and sit in the panto with hundreds and hundreds of other people. But we're going to cancel the fireworks that are outdoors because of COVID. It doesn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense to me, unless I'm missing something.
Are you surmising that the fact that firework display may cost several £1 million to put on may have something to do with it?
Yeah, possibly, and the light show's a lot cheaper. But you do think of the knock-on effect. Think about the fact that those people who'd be going would be going and eating in restaurants. They'd be stopping in hotels. They'd be using the tube. They'd be using the train. It just seems a very sort of convenient. No, it's 3 months off. So we'll all probably be going to local bonfires fairly soon, fireworks displays, but we're going to cancel the New Year's Eve fireworks because of COVID. Just doesn't sit right with me.
You know what it might be, Stephen? It
Mm.
might be a shortage of fireworks.
Could be, but that wasn't what they said.
No, I know it's not what they said, but maybe there is. Maybe there's a shortage of fireworks. On the shortage side of things, baked beans was the one that I saw this morning.
I saw you put that in the post.
In the sort of run up to this, baked beans going to be a shortage of baked beans. I mean, what is it going to be next? What are we going to have a shortage of next? Who really knows? The other one that's definitely on the cards for Christmas apparently is a shortage of Christmas trees.
Yes, I saw that.
But again, I do wonder whether this is propaganda.
Is it to drive the price up?
Is it to drive the price up, or is it to drive us to buy Christmas trees early? It doesn't make sense. However, that being said, where we live, the secondary schools are having to go back to wearing face masks.
I did see that. I don't know where Isabel lives, but I think it was Cambridge or Cambridgeshire announced last week that they were doing that. But that's indoors. We've been told about this big distinction between indoors and outdoors, haven't we? Yeah.
But you mentioned the spike in fuel prices, which is just getting very serious. With is it 6 have gone down now? You have to love Brexit. Yeah, she's right. Less beans.
Hang on, who's this?
Less beans. Oh no, that's someone else. Less beans equals less methane. Whoever that is, do make yourself known to us, because you're coming through as LinkedIn user.
Yeah.
But I was
no, I had that problem, and someone told me how to resolve it, and I did resolve it. It's you mess around, you go into your settings somewhere, and you can change that, but I can't exactly remember. But someone told me about 6 weeks ago in this show, and there is a way of resolving that.
Yeah, there you go. But what I was going to say to you is, are we going to see, with the hike in the fuel prices and the hike in the energy prices, are we going to see this Christmas no real good light displays as you go down our high streets?
I mean, I'm guessing a lot of that type of product is something that's sort of made in the Far East, isn't it? So I guess you could have an issue with the actual product coming in. But if it's going to be costing that much to put on, our councils or whatever are going to look at it and go, no. Or will it be only on in certain hours and things like that? What will Blackpool be like?
Individuals' houses. I mean, if for each individual, if our energy bill is about to go through the roof, are you going to be able to see, go down, people that have year in, year out really gone to town in their house and put everything outside their house? And I mean, their energy bills over the Christmas period must be massive anyway. Yeah. But are those people going to bother now if, their energy bill is going to go up 30-40%? They're not, are they?
No. You'd think they're going to look at it. I mean, there comes a point where, people will absorb small increases, but there is a point where actually the increase is too much, isn't it? And you go, actually, no, we have to say no. Here we go.
It's beginning to look a lot like nighttime. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. We'll go down the street at Christmas with the kids. We normally do like a little circuit.
Okay.
Right, at Christmas time with the kids. Go and look at all of the lovely houses that have been lit up. This year it'll be like, and that one was lit up last year, but not this year. And that one, and that one, and that one. Oh, look, they've got a single light bulb on outside their house. That's Christmas 2021, folks. That's what it looks like. And that's only because they're off grid and they've actually got solar panels. Oh, no, it's going to be a shame. It's going to be a shame.
Everyone was saying last year, wasn't it wasn't a great Christmas. There was lockdown. You couldn't do all this. Can't get any worse. And you start thinking, it could be. How about the next one?
Yeah, it definitely felt like Christmas. So no, it's going to be an interesting Christmas this year. Definitely. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, big thing on the ergonomic side of things is, and we kind of talked about it in the middle of the pandemic, but I want to bring it back now, is do you think that at this point now, having had, let's say, some fairly cheap products out there for quite a while now, some of these people that have now decided, now I'm going to work from home, I'm going to, remote working's for me generally, or a hybrid working, that brought into cheaper products over that past year, they must begin, some of those products must be beginning to break. Some of those products must now be beginning to, people beginning to realize this isn't sustainable for the future. Do you think, here's my question, 2022 is going to be the year of upgrade?
I think it will be. I think the real sort of turning point for people, Graham, will be when they actually go back to the office, and then they see, they've gone to work from home, they've had to or decided to buy cheap and cheerful, got on with it. Then when they go back to the office, whether it's probably on a part-time basis, I know I'm distracted and I'm trying to thought.
Yeah.
Then I think when they go back, to the office and see actually if their business is invested in quality product, it'll then maybe highlight the deficiency in terms of what they've got from home, and that will then encourage them to go out and maybe buy the correct product for home rather than what was cheap or cheerful. But I think they need to have something to compare it against, because if you've got nothing to compare against and it has made a slight improvement, then you're carrying on. If they then go to the office and, say for a chair example, they've bought something and they've gone from a dining room table to, let's say, I don't know, £100 table from IKEA, £100 chair from IKEA, it might make some improvements and therefore they think that's good. Then when they go to the office and they go and sit on a Capisco or something from Herman Miller or whoever it would be, then they notice, actually, hang on, yes, it's improved, but it's nowhere near as enough. And if you can extrapolate that out to all the other products and solutions out there, that's the piece where they'll go back and reinvest, I think, anyway.
Yeah. I don't know about IKEA seating.
You know what I mean? Other Swedish home furnishing companies are available.
Yeah, absolutely. But there you go. I think it would be interesting because I think take it in particular with, you know, kind of products you do. I think that there was an initial reaction where it was like, you know, a stand is a stand, a mouse is a mouse. You know, this is, you know, it was very a generic response reaction. Okay, I know because people are telling me I need one of these things, and I can just go on to, yes, Andrew Shepherd, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, you missed it last week, Andrew. Did you not? Did you catch up with last week's show where Stephen guessed the hard Crisco? There you go. The problem there is supply. Oh, look at this. The problem is supply. There is no stock and have to be ordered, and then we have to the transport problem. Where is it you live, Isabel? I'd love to know where Isabel lives, because actually there's no stock problem and there is no problem, as far as I'm aware, of actually getting products to people, unless people are talking about the A word there, unless they're talking about products that are sold on a certain international network of company that deliver everywhere, because actually
is it a forest in Brazil?
It's a forest in Brazil. Yeah, that one. You know, maybe there is a problem. Don't know. Milton Keynes, yeah. No, you live in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, we know where you live.
Is there any problem with getting? Is there actually problems with getting ergonomic products to where you are as well? I'd like to know where you live, because that would be interesting to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, hang on, another MK. It's got to be a friend of Odessa's. Another MK.
You live in Milton Keynes, right? Okay.
Look at the last comment.
Shortage of ergonomic products in Milton Keynes. When you finish the show, you better get out of Milton Keynes.
I just go nip down the M6, down the M1, and step a bit like Del Boy, open a suitcase on MK High Street.
Be there out the back of his car.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want? Okay, I've got some lovely Ergo products for you here.
We could be, if you meet me there, Graham, we could do a bit of a Del and Rodney, couldn't we? On Peckham High Street.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 3 for a pound, 3 for a pound, 4 for a tenner. Right. Yeah, no, we can do that. We can certainly sort you out. What's it talking about me? Oh, you know each other. Piglets. There you go.
Oh, hang on, Mr. Shet. Here we go.
UK stock at Flock, Crisco. Andrew, you better get yourself down to Milton Keynes as well, my friend. And
I'll be honest, I think if he's going to start cutting in on our show and start talking about his chairs, we want to cut to the commission, don't we, for this, for free advertising for our friends at Flock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Andrew, just take me for a game of golf, whichever you want to do.
Locking in, aren't they? There you go. I'll meet both of you in the pub afterwards. There you go. Down the pub, Ergonomics.
Yeah. I'll turn up in my Capri gear. Wasn't it Capri gear that Del Boy had? After he got rid of the 3-wheeler, it was the old Capri gear, wasn't it?
There's another question to ask. If Del Boy, I mean, this is going a bit of an aside, isn't it? But if Del Boy sold an ergonomic product, which ergonomic product would it be?
I'm trying to think back at some of those classic episodes of things that he actually did sell. I mean, I instantly think of Peckham Spring, where he was he was flogging the water from the allotments, wasn't he? What would he sell?
Remember the free Nelson Mandela t-shirts after Nelson Mandela went out. That was brilliant. Surely it's got to be a mouse with a lead, with a wire and a ball.
Hang on, yellow with 3 wheels on it. A bit like the old Robin Reliant. It's going to be something like that, isn't it? A Del Boy mouse.
Maybe it might be. Or no, I know what it'd be. It'll be operator chairs with only 3 spokes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. and it doesn't actually. It's not stable at all.
Oh, another episode. Sorry, we're going off completely tangent here. Do you remember when he sold that paint to the doctor's surgery, and the doctor said wasn't it in the bright green or bright orange or something? The walls in the doctor's surgery.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, absolutely. Well, actually, we laugh about that, but I bet you that most showrooms of ergonomic chairs have got one chair. Well, Andrew can probably chip in on this. Most of them have got one chair where they can't get rid of it because it's in a colour.
Now, you say that, but on Friday last week, I was down with the team at Back in Action in London.
Right.
And we were chatting this, Dave and I were discussing this, and actually what happened was, and I also know this from speaking with Marcin at Back 2, is that when everyone got sent home, people were that desperate for chairs, all the sort of mustard, purple with blue spots chairs that they couldn't get rid of. They actually managed to get rid of. People were that desperate for the functionality of a chair. They actually got rid of all those chairs they couldn't shift.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
That's amazing. I bet, and I bet some of those chairs have been hanging around for a long, long time.
Yeah.
A synchro chair. I know where he's going. I know where he's going with that. Yeah. No, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think Del Boy would be selling a synchro chair, Andrew. I think that's far too sophisticated for Del Boy.
Yeah.
I think that he would probably sell it on the basis that it goes up and down, and as it got to the top would just come off. That's more like it. Greetings from Hong Kong.
Wow.
Charles.
Hello.
My goodness, we're going everywhere today.
We've gone South Africa, Hong Kong. We've gone south and we've gone east. We just need to go west now. Well, that's a bit early for the guys in the US, I guess, isn't it? For our Canadian friends from our health and wellbeing show.
Yeah, but what we really want is we want someone that's in a nice country that we can go and visit. That's not on the red list. That's got somebody that's got a really nice apartment that they just want, to lend out to a couple of people that do an ergonomic show. That would be great.
Yeah. Did you say actually the red list though is down to only 7, isn't it?
Sorry?
The red list is down to only 7 countries now.
That's another thing for us to talk about. Yeah, the red list. So there you go. There you go. Let's go back to your argument earlier. The red list is that the red list. Let's think about this. The red list is down to 7.
Mm-hmm. The amber list's gone.
Isn't it down to lateral flow test now? You don't actually have to do the other, or it depends.
Yeah, I think I've got some friends going away in half term, and I think they've got to do PCR to go out.
Yeah.
But by the time they come back, the rules have changed, and they can do lateral flow when they get back.
Okay. So the thing is that the isolation doesn't have to happen. PCR tests are going. The red list is going down. No fireworks.
Well,
I see where you're going with that. Definitely see where you're going with that.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I know we did a shout out for sort of famous people we were trying to get hold of, and I didn't have any success last week. Would it be nice if the Mayor of London came on, or someone from his office, to explain that, and not just saying it's because of COVID? Sadiq Khan, London Mayor.
Get the whole kit caboodle on that. That'd be great. Isabel, we need to talk.
There's a private conversation going on. They've hijacked our comments box, haven't they?
Our comment section, and they're now putting that in there. I do like the idea of Clubhouse. Maybe we could do, just for 1 week, we could do a Clubhouse takeover. If someone's got a pre-made Clubhouse that is quite busy, Isabel, I don't know if you're on Clubhouse, you presumably do. We will do a Clubhouse takeover 1 week.
Yeah.
We'll come and do a Wow Ergonomics special on your Clubhouse. How about that? I'm totally up for that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do that.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? To see, me, for me, Clubhouse, it just sounds a bit Mickey Mouse. Anyway.
Ooh.
Get it?
Low blow.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying. So, Christmas then. Christmas is coming up. I want to ask you personally, are you ready for Christmas? Have you started buying yet? What's your strategy going into Christmas?
Well, we always said to our kids, the rule is you can't do your Christmas list till after October half term. So therefore, that were a couple of weeks off. Although my wife did say that my sister did text me the other day asking for ideas, of which we just looked at each other and rolled our eyes. So yeah, it's too early. It's October. I think you've got to be into November, really. Clocks have got to change before you can start getting into it. I do usually go and order the turkey though now, and especially with all these shortages, might need to go and get my name on the list with the butcher just to make sure the turkey's all sorted. The rest of it, you'll be all right. But, that'll be the next thing we'll be talking about. There's all these things about pigs and that sort of thing. Wait till it's turkeys. And, that'll be the next thing, people being up in arms because they'll happen to be having beef or pork on Christmas Day instead. So, yeah, that's the only thing I usually do early that I haven't done is go and get the turkey ordered from the butcher.
Well, I have to say, I think there seems to be an awful lot of Christmas food already in the shops, which seems to indicate that, that tallied with people saying there may be shortages might mean that a lot of stuff gets sold in the shops, eaten and bought again several times.
Mince pies in October.
Food for Christmas, I have to say, generally leave quite late.
Yeah.
Right. However, on the present buying front, given the fact that this is a large household of 7 people, I will tell you now that we always start every year at promoting vegetarians, guys. Yes, absolutely. Does anyone really like turkey?
It depends how it's being cooked.
Turkeys like turkeys. That is true. We always start our Christmas shopping in January.
The year before, as in 11 months early.
As soon as Christmas is finished, right? As soon as the sales start, we start Christmas shopping.
Okay.
Christmas shopping for us now is, at this stage, is 95% done.
Wow. But hang on, there's a lot of time to change your mind, especially with 5 kids who could move from one thing to another. What happens if the kids change their mind, or is it just tough?
Tough.
Wow.
It's tough love, that is. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We generally leave it so that the older children will buy their main present last.
Okay.
Around now. So I actually just bought my 12-year-old's present yesterday. Right?
Okay.
Which I feel's a fair enough time away from Christmas Day itself that it's probably not going to be, it's not going to exclude too many things, but at least he gets to choose a latest game or whatever that's coming on pre-order as well. So that's going to come out in November, and I think that's fair. The younger ones, no, because here's the thing with young kids, right? Every time they watch the TV, they want something different. Every time you take them to a shop, they want something different. They don't really know what they want.
Do you let them have a Smith's catalogue, Smith's Toys catalogue, and sort of thumb through it and put post-its on all the page, or bend the pages back and all that sort of thing?
No.
Too much choice.
Far too much choice. Take some idea from when you go around the shops of, I like that, I like that, I like that. The general idea of what they like, and then just buy things that we think that they will like, and then that's it. And do you know what? They've never been unhappy with that.
Okay.
So I'd say that to any parent out there that's thinking, every year I've just got to leave it until Christmas time to buy all the presents. Depending upon the age of your children, don't. Because actually it's a complete waste of time. Just buy the presents throughout the year. Okay. Buy them when they're on offer. Spread the cost of it a little bit. Yeah. Guess what? You won't be sitting there after Christmas going, I'm bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's just sensible. I don't get it. Oh, here we go.
Did you see Odessa's comment about the Argos Catalogue? Exactly what I was thinking. I used to do the Argos Catalogue, but obviously the kids tend to do the Smith's Toys Superstore one that came through the door, and it was still being poured over, and it was like, really? I thought we'd have grown out of some of that stuff, but it's clearly the whole thumbing through. Oh, I'll have one of them, one of them, one of them. Yeah,
Well,
as you say, bankruptcy.
The Argos Catalogue, I'll tell you, going back to the Argos Catalogue thing, is yes, we used to do that as kids. My mum used to get the big Argos Catalogue, used to bring it home. We used to sit there with it. In fact, it's got bigger and bigger and bigger over the years.
Yeah.
We used to sit there. We used to pore over it. Yes, we used to do that. But as I got older, you know, it wasn't the toy section I was in anymore. It was like stereo.
Yeah.
You know, lasers.
Walkman.
Yeah, Walkman. Yeah,
Walkman.
absolutely. Someone showed me, a friend of mine showed me the other day, and this is a bit of an aside, but a friend of mine showed me the other day, he bought himself a toy last Christmas. He bought himself a proper lightsaber.
Wow.
Like a pucker lightsaber. It was like $1,000.
More money than sense.
You literally can fight with it. And it actually makes all of the noises and all of that. Why so much debt?
You know, it's spot on. I mean, the thing with Christmas is it just becomes a little bit of a sort of a keeping up with the Joneses for people. And I think, as Odessa said there about, you know, working in credit cards and the calls you get in January, it just forces people to play a game they A, don't want to play, and B, they can't afford to play. So it's a tricky one. I think everyone wants to do something nice for kids and family, but I think how many people are getting themselves into awful situations because of that? Well, they've got those trainers, so I need to have them, and all that sort of thing. It's a dangerous time of year, isn't it, for a lot of people?
Yeah, it is, and that's why I say it in all seriousness. I think people do need to spread it out, and also I do think that people need to start thinking about other ways or other places to buy stuff as well.
Yeah.
For me, there's nothing wrong with looking around charity shops. Absolutely nothing wrong. If you can, for two reasons. One, I don't particularly like buying plastic toys. Sorry, everyone that uses plastic toys out there, but I don't particularly like buying them. Okay, because you know it's landfill at the end of the day. But buying a child a toy that quite often is in incredibly good condition from a charity shop for a fraction of the price that it was in the first place, still new to them, honestly, especially when they're younger, they do not know, they do not care, and actually they still enjoy it immensely. And you know, maybe just buy experiences for people as well at Christmas. I don't mean the sort where you get it in a card and it's rubbish actually when you get there and whatever, and you pay a 500 quid for it. Just organise something special with the family. Go to you know, even go to a National Trust house or something. Go and see Father Christmas or whatever. Just organise like a week of really cool stuff over Christmas. Actually costs you far less money.
Last year we decided we between sort of the adults in the family, we didn't get each other presents. We all chose a charity, and then as a gift you donated to the charity that person had asked for. So we yes, there were gifts for the children, but as adults, after what had gone on last year, we thought, actually, wouldn't it be nice to sort of do that? So we all went and donated to various local charities. So, you know, and funnily enough, we said the other day, what if we'll do the same again? And I'm not saying we won't, but it was just something that you think, well, actually, do I need people spending money on me when there are people who need that money a lot more? So again, as you say, maybe the whole charity shop for plastic toys. You know, if you can't think of something someone wants and you're really having to rack your brains, maybe there's nothing they need. Give it to a more worthwhile cause.
Absolutely. We started 5 years ago. We started buying, my wife and I, we started buying each other charity shop stuff for Christmas. We set ourselves a budget of £10, and you have to buy what you can for £10 from a charity shop. That's it. It's a great idea. It's a great, yeah, what Stephen just said was a great idea. Absolutely. And definitely when it comes to cards.
I'm not bothering with them.
Right. If you know, my friend Simon, for years now, rather than give me a Christmas card every year, he saves up all the money and then he sends you like a little note that says that he's bought a goat for someone in Africa or something.
Yeah.
You know, do it, folks. Do you know what? It will really actually make your Christmas so much more special. I know it's got nothing to do with ergonomics, but I have to say, if you do want to buy someone something really great for Christmas that will really help them with their health for the rest of the year, buy them some ergonomics.
Buy them a laptop stand from back at Elkhausen.
Buy.
Other laptop stands are not available. No, sorry. Yeah, I would say that. I might say.
No. But just buy something that will really help people with their posture for the next year. That's the thing to do. We will be back next week, hopefully with another guest.
Yes.
Guessing, and Stephen or I will be guessing. I'm guessing he's going to, enact his revenge on me next week and possibly find someone or something. I think if we make it either or, that makes it even more difficult.
Or what about someone holding something?
Oh, yes. Even better. That gives you a chance during the week to see if you can get someone to send you a photo of their product.
I've got the person and the product already in mind. You're guessing next week. I'm going to get the photo.
Fantastic. So if anyone that's been listening today would like to be the special guest on Wow Ergonomics next week, all you need to do is DM one of us. You can come on, Isabel. Just hinting. And you can describe to me next week what Stephen has hidden from me by my blindfold. And we'll be back to talk about more things to do with the office, Christmas, or whatever else on Wow Ergonomics this time next week. Or actually, will it be 1 o'clock next week?
We need to discuss timing. I can't do Wednesday next week, so we might have to change it up next week.
It will not be this time next week.
No.
But
it will be next week, but not this time.
No.
What, that we're coming back, or it's not this time next week?
Yeah, I think that it's not this time next week.
Yeah, okay.
There's no limits. Okay, bye for now, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Bye.